So welcome students. So in this question, given that a function is defined from real numbers to real numbers and f of x is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3 if x is less than 2, x minus 3 if x is greater than 2. It is a piecewise defined function. You are asked to find the number of real roots to the equation f of x is equal to 3. So first let us try to analyze f of x. So f of x is differently defined when x is less than 2 and greater than 2. So if this is 2, if this is my 2, this is origin, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So when x is greater than or equal to 2, f of x is defined as x minus 3. So it is a linear function with slope is equal to 1, increasing function. So when x is exactly equal to 2, the value is minus 1. So it starts from minus 1. The function starts from minus 1 and then it increases linearly. So this is how the function looks as x is greater than 2. Now when x is less than 2, the graph is a quadratic graph. So if y is equal to x square minus 4x plus 3, this is nothing but x minus 1 into x minus 3. That is the factorization of this. X square minus x minus 3x is minus 4x plus 3. So if you draw the graph of this, 1 and 3 are the zeros of this function. So x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 3. So these are the zeros. And this is an upward parabola because the leading coefficient of the expression is 1. So x square's coefficient is equal to 1, which is positive. Hence you have an upward parabola. And these are the two zeros. That means the graph will look like this. And let us see what happens when x is equal to 2. Let us see whether this is continuous or not. So when x is equal to 2, we have 4 minus 8 plus 3. 4 minus 8 plus 3 is equal to minus 1. That means when x is tending to 2, this function is tending to minus 1. That means it's reaching the same point. So how does the graph look like? So the complete graph will look like this. The complete graph will look like this, but this graph is valid only on the left side of 2. So I should not draw this graph. This graph is not there. So you have only this graph, this part of the graph, and you have a straight line. So this is the graph of f of x. Now what is the question? I want the number of real solutions to f of x is equal to 3. So I have drawn the graph of y is equal to f of x. This is the graph of y is equal to f of x. So let us draw the graph of y is equal to 3. So y is equal to 3 looks like this. So if this is 3. So when x is equal to 0, this is equal to 3. So the graph of y is equal to 3 looks horizontal line. So you can very clearly see that the graph of y is equal to 3 and the graph of y is equal to f of x intersects once at this point and this point. So you have two solutions. You have two real solutions to this equation f of x is equal to 3. So there is one way of doing this question using graphs. So the other way of doing question is the direct method. So f of x is equal to 3. So the second method. So if f of x is equal to 3. So let us solve it in different intervals. So if I solve in x is greater than or equal to 2, then x minus 3 is equal to 3. This implies x is equal to 6. X is great, we have solved it in x greater than or equal to 2, you got x is equal to 6. So this is a valid solution, we have one valid solution. And when x is less than 2, f of x is x square minus 4x plus 3, this should be equal to 3. So this 3 and 3 gets cancelled. So x into x minus 4 is equal to 0, implies x is equal to 0 or 4. So you have solved it in x less than 2. X is equal to 0 is valid because 0 is less than 2, but 4 is not valid because 4 is greater than 2. So this solution is not valid. So effectively when x is greater than 2, you have one solution, which on the graph is this, x is equal to 6. When x is less than 2, you have the solution x is equal to 0, which on the graph represented by this. Hence these are the two real solutions to this equation. Thank you.